Hi, my name is Paige. Welcome to my channel. It is time for another journal walkthrough. So I'm just going to show you everything that I have made changes to, plus my February spreads. I think my candle just made a very weird noise. There was a bubble, I think. It sounded very funny. I wonder if you could hear that on camera. But anyway, I'm going to show you my February spreads all filled out and then what I did for March. And let me tell you, March took me forever to do. But anyway, let's get started. Oops, let's not bump over a camera. That might not be good. So I'm just going to flip through and show you what I've changed. I updated how many books I completed. I finished 6 books in February, so I am up to 12 books total for the year. And I finally put a picture of myself. I decided to last minute cut my bangs one night. Just felt like it. I saw a girl on TikTok with beautiful hair and I went, I could do that. So now I have bangs and we are figuring them out. But I don't believe there are any changes for a little bit of pages, or a few pages I mean. But here are my updated stats. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. I could not believe that it actually happened. I'm still in shock that it did. So at the end of February, I was at 1,020 subscribers, but I only posted 3 videos, so I'm sorry to all my new subscribers that I was just not posting very much, but February was a pretty tough month for me, so I tried my best and I could only get out 3, and I only posted 8 Instagram pictures as well. I just got to a point in the month that I was very sad. It was the 1-year anniversary of my grandma's death, so I was struggling a little bit, but hopefully March will be a little bit lighter of a mood. And I mean, I'm set with where I'm at with YouTube subscribers, so I am super happy just to see what happens throughout the year. It'll just be a really fun time. All right, we are on to Fix Read and Books Read, and I chilled out this month. I still read 6 books, but I only read 37 fanfictions compared to my 112 that I read last month. So, you know, I took a break. I set aside the fanfiction a little bit more, and I only hauled 5 books instead of 11. So, you know, my haul is getting better. I haven't quite unhauled anything yet. I still have a stack of books over on my shelf that one day I'm gonna go probably to a little free library and unhaul them that way. And over here is just my graph. Again, 6 books, and there's significantly less words read with my fan fictions compared to the 1,000,000 words I read last month. I am at 186,000 this month, so not so bad. Like I said, I calmed down. And I read 4 books this month that added to my A to Z challenge. We had American Queen by Sierra Simone, Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert, Point Pleasant by Jen Archerwood, and Restless Spirit by Brianna Michaels. I just had 1 book that filled in a color, and that was American Queen. The cover was very blue, so it fit perfectly. And I think a couple of them, I cannot remember, but I do know that August was a recent ad from Point Pleasant. The other ones, I think might have been May, but yeah, May is starting to be the most published month of the books that I've read. Nothing new was added to these pages, and for my TBR, I filled in what was there. For any of the books that I read, I did have to add Point Pleasant because apparently it never made it on the list. If you see it, let me know where, because I could not find it. So yeah, I just added that at the end there. And I finally managed to update my 5-star reads with Brandon Sanderson's The Final Empire that I read in January. I was just super lazy and didn't feel like printing out the cover, so now it is there. And we can flip past the January spreads and go straight to the February one so you can see what I updated. I just put my star ratings for all of the books that I read right underneath them. I finally printed out the tarot card that I pulled, which was Strength, and I kind of wrote down what I wanted to learn about that one. And I had a punishment for the month that was I could not read books published in 2022, and that worked out very well. I didn't pick any books from this year. Over here was my Instagram schedule that I wanted to try and post pictures of that went along with the All the Books February challenge, but you can see that I stopped right after the 8th of the month. Was it 7th or 8th of the month? And just did not post anything else. It was a little bit of a useless spread, but hopefully next month, or this month I mean, it's March now, well, I'll do better. mood tracker and win of the day I did use, but sometimes I was a little late in updating them, but I still really liked this format of going over how I felt throughout the day and then writing down something positive, because I do sometimes think that I think pretty negatively. So it was nice to reflect back on my day, even on the days that I was having or these ones, the green ones, were the days where I just was not feeling very motivated, but thinking back on the positives of those days and writing them down was really helpful for me to kind of get out of my funk a little bit. Then I had my spread for Point Pleasant, which was our Story Continued book club pick for the month. And if you want to join our book club, we're reading Song of Achilles this month, so that is in the description if you want to join our Discord. But Point Pleasant was a supernatural inspired book, which was originally a Destiel fanfiction, so it was really fun for me because Dean and Cass are my favorite ever, and I just was going through and figuring out which character was which. There's a few more characters that I was a little iffy on, so I didn't include them, and I just wrote my overall thoughts. You can pause to read that if you want to. It wasn't the best book ever, but it really did rekindle my love for Dean and Cass, so you'll see that over here too with my wrap up. But overall, I didn't really have a 5-star read this month, but I did really like Conventionally Yours. I think it was my favorite of the ones that I read. I can't remember what happened in this fanfiction, but when I was looking at the way I tracked all of my fics for the month, this was the only one I bookmarked and gave 5 stars. So I clearly did like this fanfiction when I read it. I was non-stop listening to Getaway Car by Taylor Swift. I am ashamed to say that I'm very behind on a lot of her songs, so the past couple of months I've just been kind of picking up all the songs that people loved for years that I never listened to. So this was a new one for me. I would say Euphoria was maybe my favorite of the month for movies, TV shows, just because it's the only thing I really watched besides Sing 2 and a movie called Redeeming Love that I did not really like. So by default it became my favorite, but I don't think I love the show very much. I do like it though. It's entertaining enough. I am back to my bullshit with Destiel, so it's all that I'm going to be reading or talking about probably, I'm sure. And for my favorite quote, I pulled it from Point Pleasant because I was actually annotating this book because I was so excited with all the supernatural references. So the quote was the character Ben talking to Nick, and he said, "You're the beginning and the very fucking end for me. You always have been." And I just love that moment. So it became my favorite quote. And Taco Bell has just been my favorite. It's so cheap and easy to go to on the way home sometimes, so I've been eating a lot of Taco Bell. It's probably not the best, but it's delicious. But those are my February spreads, and we are going to move on to my March ones, which, oh my goodness, they took me so long. I did film all of them, so I don't know if I want to make it an unlisted video or just publish it as well. So if I remember, I will link it right here when I have completed compiling the entire video of me drawing everything and doing everything that I did for these spreads. But they are 70s inspired. My friend whose store that I work at a lot, she has a lot of 70s inspired things, and the customers that come in really love the 70s as well. So I've just been really inspired by the way that retro is coming back. So I've just been really inspired to try and do all the vintage things that I could with this. So I was really going for a 70s vibe, and I really love these colors together. I thought they were super fun. But this page is just my opening spread, I guess, and my TBR. I'm only reading 4 books this month, plus the book club pick, so that will be 5 books total, which I think is doable, and hopefully I will be able to mood read. But I'll be reading Well of Ascension, Roommate by Serena Bowen, Educated, and It Takes Two to Tumble by Kat Sebastian. And I also tried out little tabs this month, so I'm not sure how they'll hold up throughout the month, but they look kind of cute for now. Here is my tarot pulls. When I was doing the pulls, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, but I remember one time seeing a spread that said, like, what do you let go of? What should you focus on right now? And what's going to be coming? So I did that, and I kind of wrote down what I gained from those cards and how they kind of pertain to me. And right here is just the Instagram schedule for the All the Books challenge in March, which I'll write that hashtag down if I remember later. But for this spread, I just did little swirly designs. I was going to stick to the colors from the page before, but I just really like blues and greens, so I decided to go for those instead. Okay. This one's not the cutest. It's not the cutest. It's okay. It turned out okay, but I was really trying to go for this flower vibe that I saw. There was this picture that I thought was so just, it felt like the 70s to me, like a 70s TV show. I don't know if it was or what it's from, but I was trying to go for that. But let me tell you how hard these were to draw. I was trying my very best to keep them all the same shape, same amount of petals, but my hand was cramping so bad towards the end. This also took me about 3 days to try and do because it was just so hard to write all of these and trace everything. So it did not turn out the way I envisioned, but it is okay. This is my mood tracker, if I did not already say that. So I'll be drawing a smiley face within each of the flowers depending on how I'm feeling throughout the month. Oh my gosh, this was just such a rough spread to do. My hand still aches just looking at it. I think in the future I will stick to my more simple ones like the past 2 months, but oh my gosh. From afar, I feel like it kind of looks okay, but it is still definitely not my favorite. There are some wonky looking shapes here and there. Like, what is happening to these petals down here? I don't even know, and I just don't want to do it anymore. So I kind of gave up on this page, but this is that. And this one is another one that I struggled with really hard. It was supposed to be a little bit more geometric, a few like multi-dimensions of color, but I think it turned out looking more like decorations you would see in like the early 2000s in my mom's house. But this is my daily wind tracker. I really liked having that last month, like I already said. So I just cut out these little pieces of paper that looked a little bit like a really bad wallpaper. So that's why I went with them, because I feel like 70s was known for their horrible wallpapers. So I'll just write in a daily win every month. I was going to try and fit these 2 pages somehow together, but it just didn't work out that way. So we have this design, which is also not my favorite, but it's kind of pretty. I don't know. It's kind of bland compared to everything else. Over here is just a very simple blank open page for the Song of Achilles for the book club. I'm just going to write my thoughts here, and I'm going to leave this page open because I feel like this book is going to be very quotable. I feel like a lot of people say that this has such great quotes, so I'll probably write down everything that breaks me right here. That will be what this page is dedicated for. So okay, final page, which was also a hand killer. I tried to go for a 70s house. I saw this picture on the internet when I was searching for like 70s vibes, and I thought, how fun would it be to try and do my wrap-up page as a living room? So there's little marks around here where I will write down what my favorite media is, so like a movie or TV show, my favorite song, my favorite quote, my favorite ship. These are supposed to be records. Those are really hard to do. My favorite book, whatever other random favorite thing that I have, and then down here will be my favorite fan fiction. But I didn't have a really nice color for bricks, so it's just this like wonky looking geometric patterns that are meant to be bricks, but my camera's about to die. Of course it is, right when I need to wrap this up. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry about the angle change, if it changed at all, but pretty much this is all that I have. There's nothing else after this. I thought it turned out pretty cute. I'm really excited about this page, and I really enjoy my cover page. So I'll just flip through one more time if you want to see it, and let me know in the comments if this is something that you would like to watch as a full plan with me, where I didn't talk at all. It's not going to be something with a voiceover. I might throw some music over it and let you just watch how I did it and watch as my hand cramped the entire time. But if not, that is all right. I can just keep the footage to myself. But this is what I have. I thought it turned out really cute. I really liked it. I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing an 80s and 90s inspired one in the future, just because I feel like retro things are coming back. It's just really fun to look at, and I don't know, it would just be fun to see what I could come up with. But I hope you like this, and if you got this far, leave me the old TV emoji. I think that would be kind of cute. So, like I said, that's all that I have. I am really happy with how this looked. I hope that you like it too. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye. I'm gonna leave that candle burning so that it doesn't have the weird divot in it. All right, boom, we did it.